I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. There are better chances of more widespread and beneficial rainfall on the way before the outlook turns drier just in time for harvest. Spotty thunderstorms remain possible across the central and east through this evening. There's a low chance of severe weather with wind gusts up to 60 and some quarter-size hail. Otherwise, high pressure moves overhead to keep our forecast dry for later tonight through Friday. Daytime highs stay 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal in the 80s all the way through Friday. As low pressure moves across the plains, the chances of occasional thunderstorms return Friday evening and during the overnight, but this potential continues to decrease. The main time for thunderstorms now appears to be Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning. The threat for severe weather is low. Over an inch of rain is likely in most areas. Some forecast models indicate localized amounts of 3 to 4 inches. You can see more on the rainfall forecast map when you go to our KRVM Facebook page. Highs drop into the mid-70s to the low 80s on Saturday before we see highs in the 60s to the low 70s for Sunday through Tuesday. The long-term forecast indicates temperatures that are, for the most part, slightly warmer than normal Monday through the 1st of October for Nebraska and Kansas. By that first day of October in central Nebraska, daytime highs are typically in the low 70s and overnight lows are usually in the mid-40s. Nebraska and Kansas rainfall slightly above normal the early to middle part of next week before the outlook trends slightly below normal for rainfall late next week through October 1st. Key weather factors driving the markets include chances of rain for the plains and Midwest over the next week and dry weather continuing in central Brazil. The next several days, more active weather across the nation's midsection could lead to significant rainfall in Montana and from the central plains into the upper Midwest. Rain across the central plains this weekend moves eastward next week. Temperatures are milder behind that system, but still warm compared to normal. Another front drops south through Canada later next week, but impact for the U.S. still remains uncertain. While rain could slow the fieldwork and harvest, recently planted winter wheat and cover crops benefit from a boost in topsoil moisture. Mostly dry weather prevails the next 5 days in the southern U.S., the exception the Atlantic coast states. By the end of the week, the Western Caribbean needs to be watched for a development of a tropical cyclone with future implications for the East Coast. Central Brazil remains too dry for soybean planting to begin, and the consistent wet season rains may not start until the end of the month, delaying the planting season into next month. That scenario also delays the second crop corn season in central Brazil that's usually planted in January and February. Towards southern Brazil, more rain moves through Parana today, and additional rain is likely later this week and weekend, a benefit as their planting continues. Argentina rainfall continues to be limited, greatly delaying the corn planting and wheat development. Eastern Argentina, though, expects significant rain tomorrow to boost their higher soil moisture. In the Black Sea region, far western areas saw meaningful rain in the last week, while eastern Ukraine and western Russia are very hot and dry. Limited rain moves northward this week, but most of the Black Sea region is likely to stay hot and dry. Drought and heat in the Black Sea region are delaying the winter wheat establishment that has a very limited amount of time before frost and freezes start next month or early November. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.